Hello, welcome to second lesson of performance of IC engines. Prior to this, in the first lesson, you have studied the rope brake dynamometer. Rope brake dynamometer is normally connected to small engine to measure the output torque of an engine. But heavy engines like multi-cylinder engines whose output power is to be measured, normally multi-cylinder engines develop more power. In that case, one more type of the dynamometer is connected to the engine shaft. This is Prony brake dynamometer. Prony brake dynamometer is also a power absorption dynamometer. It is also a friction type dynamometer. As it is absorbing the more power, it generates the more heat. A cooling system is needed to cool the generated heat of this Prony brake dynamometer. The Prony brake dynamometer, this is the schematic diagram of the Prony brake dynamometer. It consisting of the lower member, this is the lower member. The lower member carries the two holes. These are the two bolts. This is the first wooden block, this is the second wooden block, and this is the flywheel. This is the torque arm. Torque arm also consisting of the holes at the same distance the lower member is consisting of. These are the two spring-loaded nuts. The other end of the torque arm is provided with the load carrying facilities. How it is arranged on the flywheel? These two bolts pass through the lower member holes. A first wooden block is placed on the lower wooden member, and the second wooden block will be placed on the flywheel. This arrangement will be kept in contact with the flywheel rim. The torque arm passes through the holes of the torque arm, pass through these two bolts, and this torque arm is tightened to this arrangement with the help of this two spring-loaded nuts. This is an arrangement of Prony brake dynamometer. How this Prony brake dynamometer is setting up the torque against the movement or the rotation of the engine shaft. Well, say prior to this, here also a care has to be taken that while arranging this Prony brake dynamometer, the loading should be opposite to the rotation of the engine shaft or opposite to the rotation of the crankshaft. See, the load has to be loaded in such a way that it should opposes the rotation of the engine shaft. Then only the torque will be set in the instrument. Well, how the torque is setting in by this rope brake dynamometer. Let us assume the flywheel is rotating in the anti-clockwise direction. This arrangement is compressed with the help of the spring-loaded nuts and load is hanged. When this brake drum is rotating or the flywheel is rotating in the anti-clockwise direction, because the load is acting at a distance from the center of the rotation of the engine shaft, this load opposes the rotation of the flywheel. This opposition is called the torque. In the previous lesson, I did explain what exactly the torque is. Torque is nothing but the twisting force. It's a mechanical advantage or the leverage. Here also, because the load is acting at a distance from the center of the rotation of the shaft, that is a L, it has gone wrong here. L is from here to here. The torque is setting in against the rotation of the engine shaft. Well, how much torque is setting in by this Prony brake dynamometer, right? This is the load. It is acting at the distance of the L from the center of the rotation of the engine shaft. The load is W in Newton and distance is L in meters. The multiplication of this load in Newton and the perpendicular distance from the center of the rotation of the shaft is equal to the torque setting in the Prony brake dynamometer. As I explained in the previous lesson, this torque is used to measure the output power of an engine. This was explained very elaborately. After finding out the torque, how much is the torque? Torque is equal to T is equal to W into L. After calculation of this torque, if you substitute the value of this torque in this equation, you're going to get the output power of an engine. See, all these parameters are explained elaborately in the first lesson. This is how the Prony brake dynamometer is existing the opposing force to the rotation of the engine shaft, that is called the torque. Okay, this is the second lesson. In the same way, there will be another 8 lessons. You watch all the lessons, and at the end, you will have the confidence that you are in better position to make out the performance of the IC engine. So with this, today I am going to conclude this lesson. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you.